Alright, what's up everybody? My name's Robert Gelf and we are here for a relatively brief period, real quick, for some Windjammers Wednesday. Windjammers is a Neo Geo game that came out in 94, or maybe 93 in Japan, but I believe 94. Not made by SNK, made by this company Data East, so licensing it was kind of tough because it wasn't directly, even though it was made for an SNK system, it wasn't like owned by them. But this French company Dotemu licensed it, repackaged it, and remastered it for PS4 and PS Vita. And we're here at the PS4 version right now. I'm really excited because they just announced stuff I was really hoping they would announce, and that they're bringing it to Nintendo Switch, which I think is awesome. It's going to be really cool to have that game on the go. Play with two people with Joy-Cons and shit. That's going to be dope. Because the Vita was nice, but you couldn't do two-player on that. And like, the real bummer with this game has been that online was not working properly when they launched it, and not a lot of people bought it to begin with. And so when they finally fixed all this shit, it just meant there weren't a lot of people playing. I've usually like not been able to get into an online match at all, mostly because I just can't find anybody. I'll do quick match, I'll do ranked match, I'll do whatever, but yeah, just not working out. We're only gonna search here for like a minute because I only have a very short time to do this stream. I have to be out of here because I have a date with a very special lady, and then that's going to be an indeterminate amount of time, and then after that's over, I will be back with more Rainbow Six Siege, because I am really pissed about how last night's stream went. Not due to even my not playing great or anything like that, that's beside the point. Ubisoft kind of did me dirty and gave me a ranked quit penalty, even though the match I quit wasn't even loading to start. So we had to do casual for a good bit of that stream. It was a real pain in the ass, and it kind of just sucked. It sucked the fun out of like the whole evening. Unfortunately, I was still trying to have a good time, but I was admittedly salty about it. If you go back on the stream, I wouldn't stop bitching about it. It's, I'm sure, annoying for anyone watching. Okay, so this has gone on for a full minute and a half. I mean, granted, it's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Wednesday. How many people were playing Windjammers to begin with? So let's just get into the arcade. This game is basically, it's a 2-button game, kind of like Pong and air hockey, but you play it with frisbees, and there's 6 characters you can choose from with different stats, basically strength and speed. Like, they have a different amount of each. And there's kind of 2 characters like in each kind of class as to like what their balance is. Like, there's 2 that are mostly fast, 2 that are like right down the middle, relatively, but like slightly different in each of the, like, for each one in those categories, and then 2 that are like really strong but slow. So we'll just get into it. We'll do medium, because I can have multiple lives on that. Is this cutting out certain aspects of what I'm choosing? I hope it's not. This is going to be really annoying. It's like cutting in and out, like the video feed. So, oh man, it's going to choose for me here, but we're going to play this Hiromi Mina first. You can see 6 characters. I wish there was more time to select. But there's different stages as well, and the stages have different properties. Like, there will be things in the middle on the net that you can bounce off of. Like, this one's pretty plain Jane here. But so, hitting square or X, I receive the disc, and then I hit it again to throw. And the faster I hit it again to throw, the faster the disc goes. And then with the stick, I can aim the shot, and if I do like a quarter circle, like Street Fighter style, I can even do like kind of a curve throw, like he did right there. That's what that would kind of look like. Yes, 2 points. So standard matches that they have in the arcade here go to best of 12 points for a set, and each match is 2 sets. And you can change all that, I believe, in the custom. You can definitely change at least how much score you need to get in the custom settings for your own versus matches. But yeah, just a 12 here, and he's probably going to win because he's close. But you can get 5 or 3 points, or 2 if, like, what happened earlier where I dropped the disc. And funny enough, for the longest time, this game was like pretty obscure, but because it was only available like on the Neo Geo like cartridges, which were massive and really expensive, or Neo Geo CDs, which were really rare and really expensive. So he just won there because I'm kind of talking and not playing very well. But this game I first found out about a few years ago on a gaming site I really love called GiantBomb.com. And they would start doing it on their live streams. They were playing on like a modded Neo Geo. They could play like any region and like play both like arcade style like cartridges or like home version stuff. It was all the same hardware, but I think they were like coded differently. And then there was stuff that was like different by region in terms of like what blood they would show and things like that. But they were able to play whatever. So they would do it on their live streams, and it just looks so much fun. I love this game because it's so colorful. It's complicated at first just to like figure out like all the different stuff you can do, because there's a surprising amount of depth with like only 2 buttons. I haven't even talked about all the controls yet. But once you pick it up, it's relatively basic, and it's also really easy to just make cool shit happen. Like, I'm not really doing a lot to make any of this cool shit on the screen go down. So what I did there was like a super lob shot. So like circle or triangle will lob the disc if I do it. Now, the way you get a super move is you have to pop the disc up and like kind of get under it, or like get under it within a certain amount of time. If it was like thrown like that, if you see like the target, you get under it. That will charge up your super move, and run from there. You have the option to do just like your regular super move by just hitting square. Like that's her regular super move. You do like a Kirby version of it, which will like be like a spiral, and then you can do a lob shot, which is like a really powerful lob. And now, where strength character stats come into play is, especially if you're playing as one of the stronger characters, it's a lot easier to knock someone into their own goal. So even if they block your shot, they can't stop the disc anyway, and they'll just get knocked into their own goal and you get to score. Wow, I judged that so poorly. But it's a lot of that. It's a lot of like just close misses and like mistakes you make, and like not moving, like, you know, zigging when you should have zagged, that kind of deal. And so it very much has fighting game elements to it, especially because like the characters and the different stats they have, but just like also in having you have to like outthink your opponent. So this stage also doesn't have anything crazy. There's another stage, I forget which one, what the name of it is, but there's one where the score values will, change based on who's winning, losing, and shit. So like, for example, like if you're doing really poorly, your opponent's area where you can score 5 points will get way bigger and yours will get way smaller, giving you a chance to like kind of come back. But that only happens on certain stages. And like I said, other stages will have like kind of bounce pads or like blocks or whatever in the middle of the net, so that like you have to like think about your shot arcing off of those. See there, I knocked him into his own goal, but he's actually a stronger strength class than me, so it can happen sometimes even if they are stronger. There's a bit of RNG to it, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm not an expert on this game, but it feels like it. So see, it will throw it automatically after a set number of time. I didn't touch it at all, because I was having a drink. Hold on, I'm just gonna pause super quick, since we're just playing arcade mode and no one's watching. 1 second. And this lob shot, like those powered up lob shots, are really nice to like get in the corner or something like that. But you know, sometimes it can even be like a slow shot, like you just totally misjudge, or like you get too cocky and think you like, oh, I got this, and like those go right past you. So it's very much a cool like mix of like sports and fighting games. A game kind of recently that came out that reminded me a lot of this was Mario Tennis Aces. Just came out on the Switch. That has like kind of fighting game elements to it as well, with like super moves and like meters and like your racket having health and all this shit. There's a lot more to consider in that game. It's a lot more complex than like the Wii version or Wii Sports Tennis or you know, the original N64 Mario Tennis. Like, it's definitely changed a lot, and it takes some getting used to, but I think it's really cool. I haven't beat the story mode on that yet. Oh, I got wrecked there. Wow. I really wish there were more people playing this online. I'm hoping when the Switch version comes out, there'll be people playing that. Neo Geo games have been doing really well on that platform, which is awesome to see because you know, I love Neo Geo. The only system for that platform I ever had natively was a Neo Geo Pocket Color, which came out in like '99, I want to say, '98. I think I was 7 when I got it, so like '99 Christmas I got it. And that was like a $70 like handheld, and it was just like it was a portable Neo Geo player. They had released their original Neo Geo Pocket. I don't know if that even came out in North America, but I had the color. And what was nice about that is I had the similar kind of like 8-directional, like really clicky kind of like thumb pad. We're gonna switch up characters here. I'll show off Gary Scott. So it was really nice and precise, like directional controls. I remember there was a really nice Sonic the Hedgehog game, which was cool because I'd had what's called a Sega Pico, which is like an early, like one of the early childhood kind of systems where like the cartridges were with storybooks and you turn the pages to like pick a new mini game or whatever. And so I had like a few kind of like Sonic themed games for that, but like not a proper Sonic game. I never had a Genesis. I didn't have a Saturn. I didn't even know what the fucking Saturn was. I didn't have a Game Gear. I don't even think I knew the Game Gear existed. I don't think a lot of people did. No kids I knew ever had one. Everyone just had a fucking Game Boy. And so I was really excited to have a Sonic game on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. That was really cool. There was some fighting. I remember there was some kind of fighting game I had. I think it might have been some like chibi version of like King of Fighters or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was called. They had a lot of fighting games surprisingly on that platform. It was pretty cool. I only learned that like after the fact, reading about it. But yeah, Neo Geo is a really cool system. Metal Slug is a great favorite. A lot of, like, just what was neat about it is in 1990, you know, it was like kind of the first 32-bit system. It was originally like an arcade thing, and what they had, like the arcade cabinet was called the MVS, or multi-video system, and what was neat about it is that it was one arcade cabinet that you could put 6 cartridges in, so people could select their game. And that way, if you were like a small arcade, or even just like a local business, a laundromat, pizzeria, whatever the fuck, you could have multiple arcade games and like save real estate in whatever space it is that you're working with. And then also swap out the cartridges, and you'd still have, like, you wouldn't have to worry about getting a whole new cabinet in there and all that shit. And so that was nice. And then in Japan, they had what was called the original, like, I think the video rental system. Because the Neo Geo, like, the components were so expensive that they just figured, like, to release it as a true home console for sale for anybody was just not smart. But the rental system turned out to be surprisingly popular, and there was demand, like, on the high-end scale of the gaming market in Japan for a home version. So what's cool about the home system, or AES, Arcade Entertainment System, is that it's literally the same hardware that's running in those arcade cabinets, the MVSs. And that was pretty big for the time. 1990, again, we're talking about. Like, that didn't really start happening. Like, games, like, it was still very much a time. It was really the Sega Dreamcast was when you saw the turnover where consoles were able to do stuff better than the arcades. But, like, up until then, like, if you wanted to see the latest and greatest, like, video game stuff, you're either, like, going to arcades or, like, on PC. And, like, consoles were very much, like, you know, secondhand. And, like, obviously, like, PCs can still do more powerful shit now. But like consoles have much more parity, I'd say, especially with this latest kind of architecture, very PC-based that Sony and Microsoft have gone with. Wow, totally paying attention. But a lot of great games for the Neo Geo, and what's cool is they've been bringing a lot of them back. Like, you know, a cartridge for the Neo Geo, like a really cheap, like unpopular game that like might have been really easy to get, would still go like run you $180 just for the cartridge. And then the system, like, will also, like, assuming it works, will be like hundreds of dollars more. So this is a mini game. You gotta throw the frisbee first. So like one part of the challenge is how far you can throw it, and then the other part of the challenge is, as the dog, can you catch the frisbee? I seem to always get like 175 right around there. I got 176 this time. I think 180 is my record. And then later there will be a bowling game, which is relatively easy because you just usually need to throw the disc straight on fast enough and you'll get a strike. Every once in a while you get like some bullshit 7-10 split like nonsense. But okay, so here it is where we'll change up the goal sizes, and we got a Gary Scott mirror match here. Right on. Ouch indeed. I would just love for there to be some way for this game to be real. That would just be awesome. I know this is kind of an awkward time to be doing this stream, which, like, I'm not surprised no one's tuning in. I didn't really announce it, like, very far ahead of time. And it's also 5 p.m., like, people are usually going to or from somewhere right now. It's a weekday. So I might do a little bit more of this later tonight, I don't know. But I definitely want to get some more Siege, because last night was some hot bullshit. And since I'm just playing against the arcade right now, I don't have anyone here locally to play with, or online to play with. It's just not that exciting. My brother's in Jamaica right now. He was who I was playing with locally last week. Pretty funny clip of me trying to talk trash to him for 2 seconds and then I get money. And excuse me, ass handed to me. He scores like 10 goals in a row. Wow, I moved completely out of the way of that. Holy shit. But yeah, it's hilarious. I'm realizing how like bright my shirt looks in this lighting. I should really bring the house lights down. I was kind of in a rush to get the stream going. Ooh, that was smooth. Oh, other Gary, not messing around. Yellow Gary is not messing around. Definitely one of those, like, if you're not paying close attention to, or you've been away from for a little while, you need to get back into the swing of things. I've definitely played, I can play a lot better than this, but I'm clearly not doing it now. Excuses, right? Alright. Not completely... sweep here. Oh, I was right on the spot. Like, that's hilarious. I don't think that's ever happened before. Ooh! Skip there. I like that. I don't like that. I do love this music, though. I love the soundtrack. Nice thing about this remastered version is they have both the original Neo Geo cartridge music and then the CD music, so you can pick whichever. You can listen to both and pick which one you like more. This is the original cartridge music. I had it set to CD for a while, or maybe like they added that as DLC and it like defaulted to that once they added it. I don't know. But I've heard both. I like to have it on the original. It sounds more kind of classic video game style to me. CD stuff does sound good too. Oh shit. Man, just being unprofessional as hell this stream. Being in a rush will do that to you sometimes. I shall be Klaus Wessel from Germany.
Round 3.
Oh, this baseline is so thick. So smooth.
Miss. 2 points.
Oh, fuck.
Set. Get ready.
What? Went like right to him. Ugh. I don't even know what he said.
Set. Game set.
Man, I'm playing like complete trash right now. This is a very poor display of what Windjammers can be. Yeah! He agrees. He agrees that I'm doing Windjammers poorly.
Round 3. Set. Get ready.
Three in a row. Well, kinda.
Get ready.
Now it's smooth. I love this like never-ending, always like refreshing supply of frisbees up there by the ref. It's so funny. There's always 4. When I'm not doing well, power lob shot into the corner is kind of my go-to cheese move. At least against the AI, it's a little harder to do when you're playing an actual person. It's a lot more predictable. Ah, shit. Got it. Damn. Good show, mate. Alright.
Next round. Round 4.
I'm gonna do just another few minutes here on this. Because like I said, I gotta go. Well, it doesn't matter. It'll just be for the archives anyway. Just a little quick Windjammers on Wednesday. I can't not show this game some love. It's too great. Have to sing its praises whenever I can. No, I can't let this guy score at fucking all. Ah, he wins.
Set. Get ready.
Damn. Yay, trophy. Alright. Good show indeed. Look at him doing those back and front flips. Oh, here we go. It's time for bowling. Nobody fucks with the Jesus. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Like I said, you just throw the frisbee straight on, you're usually good. I think like 280 something is my record. Maybe 250, I don't remember. You know what? We're gonna close it out there. We showed off some bowling. I have to get going. If you're watching this on an archive, thank you so much for checking me out. I'm Gelf513. My real name's Robert Gelf, and I love retro games like this. I want to show off more stuff other than just Windjammers. To show off a lot of that properly, I'm going to need a capture card because it's not all available on PS4 or PC or shit. But anyway, I will be back later tonight with Rainbow Six Siege. Exact time TBD, but I'm on Instagram and Twitter under the same handle, Gelf513, so check there for more updates. Thank you everybody for watching. Peace out.